Alright, welcome to Sport Tour on Enterprise TV, where sport news from the four corners of the world are delivered at its best. I am John Olaskomi. Join me and let's ride together. If you are joining us for the first time, please do well to follow us across all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV 7. Here are the highlights. Ex-NFF President Amaju Pinnick loses FIFA Council seat. Ahmed Musa backs Super Eagles despite omission for Rwanda-Zimbabwe games. In foreign football, penalty controversy as Real Madrid reached Champions League quarters, Arsenal, Villa, Dortmund also advanced. In other sports, Daniel Dubior in talks over Usyk title fights. Now let's feed you with the details, starting with local football. Former president of the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, Amaju Pinnick, has failed to retain his FIFA Council seat. The poll took place as part of the 14th CAF Extraordinary Congress in Cairo, Egypt on Wednesday. Pinnick secured 28 votes, just one short of both Ahmed Yahya of Mauritania and Suleiman Hassan Wabiri of Djibouti, who each scored 29 votes to secure a place on the esteemed panel. CAF President Patrice Motsepe returned unopposed for his second time in office. Morocco's Fawzi Legja, Egypt's Ani Abdulrida, Yahya and Waberi will join Motsepe as Africa's representatives on the FIFA Council. In the women's category, Kanizat Ibrahim from Comoros clinched the seat with 30 votes, outpacing Lydia Insekera 13 votes and Isha 7 votes. Still taking news from the local front, Super Eagles player Ahmed Musa says he will be rooting for the Super Eagles to beat Rwanda and Zimbabwe despite failing to make the squad for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Musa was among the players dropped by head coach Eric Chell from the 23-man squad release on Tuesday. The former Kano Pillars forward, however, said he had no ill feelings towards the coach and will be supporting the team. He said, and I quote, "The team is one and any player called upon to represent the Super Eagles must give their all. I am fully behind the team and will be cheering them on to victory in these World Cup qualifiers." The 32-year-old has not been invited to the Super Eagles since the 2023 African Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire. Musa is Nigeria's most capped player with 108 appearances. Away from local football, let's move straight to foreign football. In the UEFA Champions League, Madrid and Atletico Madrid faced off in a dramatic Champions League last 16 tie on Wednesday evening, with the former emerging victorious after a penalty shootout. The match was a roller coaster ride with both teams trading blows and lead changing hands multiple times. The first leg had ended with Real Madrid leading 2-1, but Conor Gallagher's early goal for Atletico in the second leg leveled the aggregate score. Real Madrid had the chance to see the tie in regulation time when they were awarded a penalty, but Vinicius Jr. squandered the opportunity, sending the match into extra time and eventually penalties. The penalty shootout was a dramatic affair with a controversial decision to disallow Julian Alvarez's penalty for Atletico after a VAR review. Despite the setback, Atletico kept their composure, but it was ultimately Real Madrid who prevailed, with Antonio Rudiger's penalty proving to be the decisive strike. Elsewhere, Arsenal and Aston Villa secured their places in the Champions League quarter-finals with convincing aggregate victories over PSV Eindhoven and Club Brugge respectively. Arsenal's progress was never in doubt after their 7-1 first leg win, while Aston Villa benefited from an early red card for Club Brugge to cruise to a 6-1 aggregate triumph. Marco Asensio was the star for Aston Villa, scoring twice off the bench to continue his impressive form since joining on loan from Paris Saint-Germain. Interestingly, Aston Villa will now face PSG in the quarter-finals, setting up a reunion between Asensio and his parent club. In other games, Borussia Dortmund also secured their place in the last 8, overcoming a first-leg deficit to Lille 3-2 on aggregate. The German side will face Barcelona in the quarter-finals, a rematch of their group stage encounter earlier in the season. The Champions League quarter-finals promise to be a thrilling affair with some mouth-watering ties on the horizon. The quarter-finals pairings are Arsenal vs Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain vs Aston Villa, Barcelona vs Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich vs Inter Milan. First leg games are on April 8 and 9 and return games are 1 week later. Away from UEFA Champions League, let's move straight to the world of boxing. Britain's Daniel Dubois in talks to fight Alexander Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight title. IBF champion Dubois withdrew from his title defense against Joseph Parker on 22nd February with illness, but will not look to reschedule that fight. Instead, attention has turned to facing Usyk, who holds all the other major world titles at heavyweight. Dubois' most recent defeat was to Usyk in 2023 when he was stopped by the Ukrainian in Poland. Most of the biggest heavyweight encounters in recent years have taken place in Saudi Arabia, including Usyk's fight with Tyson Fury. Dubois' most recent outing was against Anthony Joshua, with the domestic rivals handling at Wembley 6 months ago. Daniel has won his past 3 fights by stoppage, beating Jarrell Miller and Philip before winning his maiden world title against Joshua. Usyk is undefeated in 23 bouts, beating Fury twice, Joshua twice, Dubois and Derek Chisora in that time. That is how much I can take on Sports Talk on Enterprise TV. Endeavor to subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified of all alerts. Follow our social media platforms at Enterprise TV 7, like and engage in all our content. Do well to visit our website at www.enterprisetvnews.com for all the news you can get, the live updates and inclusives. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.